complete wholeness of God, light of the world. This is the acceptance that is waiting for every beloved to accept that you are the light of the world, complete, whole, and in oneness with all creation. Nothing can actually be diminished of that wholeness, and nothing can be diminished of the oneness with all creation. Your personal opinions and assessments have no meaning and do not truly affect the wholeness of creation. It cannot affect, in truth, the perfection and wholeness of your divine self. But this truth is so beyond the idea of separation that the little self identity puts all its faith into. In the belief of littleness, in the belief of separateness, in the belief of death, it is impossible through those beliefs to embrace the wholeness that is within. And this is why every beloved is called to let the guidance of love open those doorways. In the stillness of prayer and in the stillness of meditation, there is a space that begins to open. And the opening is to the gift of inner vision. When you sincerely ask to see, to be aware, and humbly surrender all that you thought you knew within this moment, the Holy Spirit has an opening, the opening that you have allowed through your request and through the beautiful humility of teach me, show me, I don't know the way. In that request, the Holy Spirit can reveal the magnificence of your oneness with all creation, not to its fullest degree, not to its completeness, but it shows the way. And it begins to reveal the clarity that is so helpful. The clarity of what's in the way and the clarity of the immenseness of love. One of the bars that close the door to the inner vision and the divine spirit is the determination of the ego to hold on to the belief of having to prove worth, and that there is something to gain because you are unworthy of love. And these lies are nothing but those lies. But to have faith in the truth of your magnificence is to surrender those beliefs of unworthiness. Reject them. Reject them because they are fabricated out of an illusion of separation that has no reality and no value. Do you have the power to reject the belief in unworthiness or having to prove your worth? You do have that power because you are never alone in that power. When you're on your own thinking separate thoughts, conclusions, judgments, and opinions, there is a sense of aloneness in that because it's separation. And that's where the pain is. But when you are willing to deny the lie of unworthiness because God has promised that your worth is everything that love is, and that God is, that life is. In that acceptance, doorways can open. Not because it's a payoff or a prize, but because the resistance has been loosened to accept the truth of love. In every day, in every moment, love surrounds you and leads you, comforts you, guides you. Every moment of every day, you are surrounded and held in the truth of love. To the extent that you are available is the choosing of, yes, I accept that I am surrounded. I accept the oneness of all creation. I accept the love that I am. That is your voice echoing in the heart of God. Moment to moment. Prayer. Oh, my Father, give me strength, give me courage on this road. And as that prayer is in your heart, or every prayer that is a call for love, the road is made in a simple, ease? Where does all the pain come from? Mostly from resistance. Resistance that isn't even recognized because it's so embedded as the fear of love. To fear yourself is the healing of the journey of love. Trusting that love is everything. So in this moment, affirming that this universe is all love. Everything that is not peace and harmony and tranquility is just fabricated in the mind. And this moment is the moment of letting it go. Only love is real. Only peace, only harmony. This sanctuary is filled with love because nothing else is accepted or invited, because there is nothing else. Illusions do not constitute reality. It cannot. It can't be a little real. Thank God. There is only one presence in all creation, and it is the life force of God. That life force of God is your divine spirit, infused with the power of love. Within that life force of love, we live and move and breathe as one. To live and move and breathe as one is to offer the heart and recognize that living as one has no limitation. You live as one in love. And the form and distance and size and populations have no meaning in the oneness of love. The offering of your heart has no limitation of distance. The clarity of your mind given into the hands of God has no limitation in its blessings that it offers to everyone. Only God is the light of your existence. Precious life, pure life, perfect life. I am Mary of Conception. I am seeking to open your heart, offering my love and guidance as your suffering world comes apart. Bring your pain like a flower to open. Bring your sorrow to place at my feet. tears that are watering my garden, in the river of Jordan we'll meet. O my children, I seek your surrender. Both the path and the message are clear. My Saint John is walking beside you, holding your hand through this fear. Keep your strength as you seek to be humble. Let the power that guides you reveal all the blessings of my holy rapture, confirming you know what is real. Bring your pain like a flower to open. Most of the time, a beloved cannot even recognize the suffering, the pain, because it's so normal. It's like having a low-grade fever that you become so used to that you accept it. But ask yourself as you walk in this world day by day, am I at peace in this moment? Am I in joy? Peace, the absence of fear, is a choice that is always there. It is your natural state to be at peace because you are peace itself. You are joy. You are the light. Surrender everything else and be free. Oh, my Holy Mother, may you come to us now as I ask you to open my heart. Show me the way. Open my heart so that I can see. Come to guide my life, my Blessed Mother. Show me the way. Come to give light of clarity to all. Come and bring the defenselessness that is so yearned for. Come and give light to those who have lost their sight of love. Come and give light to the heart of truth within. Here I receive you. I prostrate myself at your feet. My heart I give to you. Take my heart. Use it for love. I ask you for a deeper faith. I ask you for a deeper faith here within my heart. I ask you for the light to show me the way. Guide us so that we can all return home through the divine door, remembering love. Oh, minha Senhora Mãe, Senhora da Conceição, venha agora conosco, abrir meu coração, para poder ver, guia minha vida. Ó Virgem da Conceição, aqui a te recebo, prostrado aos vossos pés, meu coração te dou, te peço a minha fé, guia os meus irmãos, para todos juntos chegar no porto divino, depois que soubemos o amar. It isn't often that it's remembered to ask for faith. Sometimes in the journey of love, it's assumed that faith will just be there. But faith is a leap that takes trust and lets it wrap itself around you. Trusting that God's light is your light. Trusting that there is no death. Trusting that you are the divine spirit of all love and are remembering right now. Without brushing my hair, the closer I get to you, beloved, the more I can see it is just you and I all alone in this world. I hear a knock on my door. Who else could it be? So I would rush without brushing my hair. For too many nights I have begged for your return. And what is the use of vanity at this late hour, at this divine season, at this moment that has now come to my folded knees? If your love letters are true, dear God, I will surrender myself to who you keep saying I am. The closer I get to you, beloved, the more I can see it is just you and I alone in this world. You and I alone seems to be a contradiction. At the same time that there is a solitary oneness with all creation, there seems to be billions of different identities, different beloveds. But the return home is the return home to oneness with all. And the way into that doorway is to truly accept each beloved completely as yourself. Not your identity that you've made in the world, but your divine spirit. That as you accept that you are the divine spirit and you open yourself to meeting the divine within, you are also meeting the divine that is every beloved. It seems sometimes to be a contradiction because God is asking you to come home within where God resides. And as you come home, you have to be bringing everyone with you because it's all oneness. But it has to begin within of love and acceptance of that divine friend within. How can it be that you, in your willingness to enter into the oneness with God, that you are actually sending healing into the universe and blessing and bringing that healing to each seemingly separate being? This is not understandable. the laws of this world cannot apply to the laws of God. It's not possible. And it's not understandable. But the more that you allow that God is leading you, you are one with the divine, and you open your heart and you bless and offer that love. At the same time, you're embracing the stillness within. How can this be? This is God's guidance. This is the grace of the miracles that occur, that just to follow will take you into the depths of healing. No one has to worry about how it manifests itself, how it could possibly be. It's beyond the comprehension of this limited way of thinking. That's why the mind has to be surrendered. I don't know. I don't know how to look upon this world or on myself. I don't know what anything is for. I don't know how to see anything. Show me. I'm emptying myself of all thoughts of the past, and I come as empty as possible. Teach me, show me, lead me. What would you have me do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say? And to whom? I don't know the way. I don't know how to be in this world and not of it. Show me, teach me. And love does, because love serves remembering. I hear a knock at my door. Who else could it be? So I rush without brushing my hair. If your love letters are true, dear God, I will surrender myself to who you keep saying I am. It's so easy to listen to the voice of the mind. But all the while, God, the Holy Spirit, is repeating and pulling you to accept who God keeps saying you are. There's a beautiful teaching that says, you settle for so little. And everybody does that when it's the belief of separation, settling for so little. It's not about a demand of more, and it's just opening to the abundance of love, and in all of its aspects. There is no limit to the abundance of love. How to be in that space of love when the distortion of love has settled itself within the world. The teaching that is so essential is that there is no love but God's. How do you love, truly love, without it being the love from God? Sometimes what's called love in the world is an idea, an aspect of I like this aspect of this relationship. I like these things about the relationship. I like the personality. I like the the credentials, but surrender all of that into the hands of God. Let it be cleansed of all opinions and all limitations, and let the love of God come through the relationship with every beloved. It is God's love that you are bringing to every connection. So is it too extreme to say, what would God have me say right now? What would God have me do right now? What is most helpful? I don't know, but I'm willing. I'm willing to bring the truth of God's love, which is my own, because there is only one love. And it has no limitation, and it has no opinions and degrees and differences. And there's a wonderful element of the ego within the world that uses the name of love. And 1 minute you say, I like the way that beloved is behaving. I like them right now because they're doing what I think is right. But then when they don't, in your opinion, then the love is diminished in your idea of it. But love cannot be diminished. If this were God's love, no one would go home, because no one would want to go home to love that means you better behave. That's what everybody's been living in the ego to begin with. And it isn't love. To accept without conditions, to go beyond conditions, to see the truth of every beloved as just the innocence and purity of God is the journey. And at the same time, you're saying, let me be the home of God. As the teaching says, that is so beautiful, are these words that God would have me say? Are these thoughts that God would have thought? Because there are no opinions in God, because there is no judgment, because there are no differences. The love of God is calling you, as the love that you are, to surrender all the ideas of what love is, and let all of the ideas within the world be dropped away, and the purity of love come through, because it's who you are. It's your natural state. There is no other state. Can love, and is love, exactly the same whether you are in contact with someone within the form or not? Can you embrace that deep of a love that there would be no lessening of connection by frequency or distance? Let God take you there. Let the Holy Spirit take you into that oneness where you actually rest in union with all creation, and you are available to bless and and serve in that loving energy, that embrace. The ego would say, well, if I can't see or hear someone or get feedback, I don't know that I can offer that love. But there's nothing to get, there's everything to give. And why is there nothing to get? Because every time you offer love in its unconditional purity, your heart expands. Your awareness of the divine expands. It's not the payoff, it's the natural movement of love that it always is expanding and nourishing. There is no love but God's. How do you serve God? You hear that a lot. I'm here only to serve God. How do you serve God? By letting God lead you into what is most helpful, without preferences. And that's where the faith and trust is really so essential. God will lead you into what is most helpful to serve without preferences. If there are preferences, if there is an opinion, the connection really is broken. You're not able to serve God because you're not really allowing to be led without opinions and preferences. And those preferences and opinions put up barriers and limitations that block the flow of love because it's not love. It's fear. The fear that says, if I let go, if I trust, if I let God lead, I won't be in control. And the unconscious really wants to keep in control out of fear. But God is calling you. Love's meaning is obscure to anyone who thinks that love can change. Again, that idea of somebody says something or does something that is seemingly offensive, and you think that you may be withdrawing your caring, your love. That whatever you are withdrawing wasn't love. You can't withdraw love, not the love of God. What you're really withdrawing is a perception and an opinion. Let go of the preferences, let go of all ideas that love can change. Consistency is honesty, and honesty is consistency. The honesty of love has no limitations. No one can do anything that there is anything that changes love. You can hear the call for love from beloveds, but it is a call for love to actually go deeper into love, to want to see them and to embrace each beloved as the light of God even more deeply. No one can change their worth. And if anyone sees a change of worth in someone by their behaviors or their actions or whatever, it's not love. It's fear, it's hatred, it's not love. Consistency is honesty. The consistency just says there's not this love is not here 1 minute and gone the next. Those are emotions that are coming from the ego identity that says I've been unfairly treated, or I've been disappointed, but it's not love. And love is waiting to be embraced and to be lived. Can you embrace that your whole day could be, to everyone I offer quietness? What do you offer quietness? Do you just yell into the room and yell quiet, and then you've done your job? I offer quietness is a call to imbibe that quietness, to live that place of quietness within you, because it is not only for your own peace, but it is a service of love to bring that peace, to bring that quietness to each beloved. And it's not just bringing it to beloveds that you're in the same space with physically. It's bringing a quiet heart and a quiet mind to each beloved who is in your life, wherever they are. So someone can bring another beloved into their awareness and actually offer them quietness. Actually send them quietness. Not for them to be quiet because you're tired of their not being quiet, but that it's so loving. The quietness that you're offering to someone is God's quietness, is just the planting of the seed, of sending that energy to bless. And in that you are blessed, and you are more aware of the truth of love. To everyone, I offer peace of mind. As you allow your mind to be peaceful, you send peace to everyone that you hold as wanting to serve. How beautiful of a day to just keep offering and to keep serving through just offering peace and quiet. To everyone, I offer gentleness. To offer gentleness is just to be in a rhythm that is open-hearted and doesn't have any conflict, because there are no thoughts of conflict or disturbance. And it's not that you are living that identity or that awareness all the time, but it's that you want that first for the recognition within your heart, that it is a loving acceptance to accept your own quiet way. To quiet your mind is a blessing to you, because it opens you to the peace that you truly are. And the peace opens to joy. And then it's this beautiful circle of love that continues to bless and expand, constantly expanding. Every once in a while, a beloved will have a disturbance about what they're doing. And they're looking at the form, and they are thinking and trying to make a decision of some kind about what they should be doing in the physical form. The doing is not the key. You are bringing healing love if you choose. You are bringing transformation and miracles to humanity through your own remembering and your own willingness to heal. And there is no greater gift. There is no other gift. There is no other service except your own remembering, so that it can be offered and bless the world. It is the service of love. And the beauty of that, but also the struggle with it, is that everyone believes in the value of the doer, and the value of the doer has really no value as an identity, as worth. It is the vehicle through which love is expressed, or it is the vehicle through which fear and separation are expressed. The form is just a neutral expression. How it's used, whether it's surrendered to God to be used for love without having to get anything from it. Because the other side of the coin, if it's used for fear and for hatred and separation, it always will have attached to it wanting to get, wanting to prove worth, wanting to have worth finally recognized in some way. Everyone in the universe has the same belief, and it's usually a secret. The secret is, I'm going to do for something, and secretly, even to your own conscious awareness, you secretly have a hidden agenda of wanting to prove your worth. Everybody has the same thing. It's just part of the nature of the ego. But love is calling you to see that, and to accept first that there is nothing for you to have to get. You are whole and complete in the truth of God and oneness. You cannot prove worth, and any worth that you would try to prove in this world is completely a temporary costume. It won't prove your worth, because your worth can't be proved. It's already whole and complete as the entire perfection of the universe. Imagine that somebody would say to you some kind of criticism or some kind of critique of something about you. And imagine the choice. If you choose the ego's way of someone criticizing you or critiquing something of your doing, and the ego's it's in the ego's hands, the immediate response is to defend. And to defend by refusing to accept what they're saying, but being in a fight about it, like having to prove that they're wrong, even if you're just letting it spin in your own mind. The way of love isn't affected by it at all, because there's just absolutely no truth in it. No one's criticism, no one's critique, no one's opinion of you has any real meaning. It's a call for love. The other is also the truth, because your opinion, your criticism or critique of someone has no meaning. It is a call for love from within, to truly accept that there is no wrongdoing. The wanting to be free of wrongdoing is a very strong awareness many times, but it must be extended, that you cannot do anything wrong or to change the truth of love, but neither can anyone else. So everyone's off the hook. Everyone is only the light of God, and your journey is to accept that light within everyone. Everyone is the light of God. Seek not within the world to find yourself. Love is not found in darkness and in death. No one's really looking at the world as if it's darkness and death. But when you believe in death, there is a foreboding. When you believe that you are a body, a temporary body, and you have to get, because that's what the body is made from, there is pain and suffering in that. And this is where God is calling you to. Seek not the world to find your divine self. Go into the quiet, go into the stillness, and let God show you the service that is of that moment. Whether it's just sending out a blessing. And in that service, the little I that is so dominant in the ego finally starts to disappear. It starts to disappear, and the narcissism of the ego begins to get dismantled, because the focus of the little I, the what about me, is the ego's playground that doesn't know how to offer the service of love. It is total self-love to serve. The joy is in the service. The joy, the peace, the harmony, the strength, the light is all in offering love. And every beloved is in total equality and is called through your heart to be loved, to bless, to offer peace, and to see without any judgment or any opinion. I must love. Let the doors of love truly open. And if your love letters are true, dear God, I will surrender myself to who you keep saying I am. I will not be arrogant and deny the light within. I will be humble and accept that I am the light of God. I will be humble and accept that everyone is the light of God. We are one heart. There are no differences between anyone and any master. The only difference in awakening is the realization of what is. There are no differences in the amount of love. Only love is real. And there is only one. And there is no distance. There are no differences. There is no difficulty. Only God's love is real, and you are that love.